Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Friday Morning Live Show. The live show's podcast and meta content is brought to you every week by these loyal sponsors. McGraw-Webb Chevrolet on the bypass in Camden, Alabama, serving their customers for 30 years. Join the McGraw-Webb Chevy family today. Tucker ATV, Jackson, Alabama, your local servicing Polaris Hustler Echo dealer with an international reputation. C.T. Ward Power Sports in Camden, Alabama, XL Godfrey Hurricane Boats powered by Mercury and Yamaha engines, your water skiing gear headquarters on Lake Millers Ferry. Safford Trading Company and Safford Equipment under the tower in Safford, Alabama, home of your residential and commercial lawn care bundle bear. Wildlife Management Solutions in Eutaw, Alabama. Let the guys at WMS select the right seed and blends for your soil type. South Alabama Kubota and Reynolds on the Strip in Monroeville, Alabama. Kubota and Skag Zero Turns, the right Kubota tractor for the right price. Thanks for supporting the Gettin Outdoors sponsors and enjoy the show. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Gettin Outdoors live Friday morning show. We are live at the Grampian Hills Outdoor Media Center, 68 degrees, sunny with a northeast winds out there blowing about 8 miles an hour. Joe Allen Dunn, my special co-host this morning. How you doing, my friend?
Doing great, Big Daddy, on this first official day of fall.
Yeah, man, and I look forward to it. It's going to be cool. Let's go over a lot of events. We got a lot of events going on this weekend, including Pride of the South Elite Tournament tomorrow out of Bridgeport City Landing. And then next weekend, they'll be out of Demopolis City Landing. Jeremy Bass is who to contact if you want to fish that tournament. And I'm hearing a little chatter that we got a 2019 Bass Master Angler of the Year fishing tomorrow with Gabe Aldridge. Scott Canterbury is going to be fishing on Lake Millers Ferry tomorrow. So I'm looking forward to seeing him come enjoy it. He's been here before, but I know everybody will enjoy fishing against a seasoned pro, an Elite Series pro.
Well, like I said, I was out there on the porch this morning, and boats was whizzing
by. They practicing. They
out
there
hunting something.
Yeah. So good luck to all you guys fishing in the Pride of the South Elite Tournament tomorrow. And also tomorrow in Demopolis, Alabama, the Alabama Catfish Series. Marshall Hughes is going to have his Catfish Series tournament out of the new Demopolis City Landing. And I always like to show this. That's old Marshall on the cover of Catfish Now magazine. So that's the second time he's been on the cover of it. That's a good picture of old Marshall, and he will be having that tournament tomorrow out of Demopolis, Alabama, if any of you catfishmen. And then the next event will be the UWA College Rodeo Showdown. That will be September the 29th through October the 1st at the Hines Spree Rodeo Complex, because Brody Sims will be riding for the University of West Alabama. They got a hell of a rodeo team over there, Joe Allen. So if y'all want to go see a good rodeo, that will be the 29th through October the 1st. And then let's go on into October. Depot Day in Pine Hill, Alabama will be October the 15th. That's always a great arts and craft event. And then up in Selma, Alabama, the Alabama Wildlife Federation Wild Game Cook-Off. It will be from 6 o'clock until on Thursday, October the 20th at the Arts Review in Selma, Alabama. Emily Hancock or Donnie Ross is who you need to get a hold to if you want a cook team. It doesn't cost anything to have a cook team. They supply you with a lot of the stuff, but you do need to go ahead and get signed up. And Joe Allen, I really, really do wish you would consider starting a Dunn Sports. You and Travis and Scott do a Dunn Sports cook team at the Grove Hill event.
We all stretched out right now.
Yeah.
We all got different things.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's hard to get everything in this time of year, so we're going to have to buy out for right now.
All right, and then Extreme Bass Challenge Millers Ferry Open will be October the 22nd out of the Bridgeport City Landing. This is a new open that John has started. Looking forward to that. And then the Selma Area Food Bank Bass Tournament will be October the 29th out of Bridgeport City Landing. $2,000 guaranteed. And they do a great job, Jeb and Jeff Harrison, with that event. And that's their numbers up there if you want to go ahead and get signed up with that. And this is the event that David Skipper called you out on the other day, the Alabama Wildlife Federation Southwest Alabama Chapter Wild Game Cook-Off in Grove Hill on November the 3rd. That's Thursday. But I'm putting this up here now. I know it's a month away, longer than a month, but you need to go ahead and get your cook team signed up. Or if you want to sponsor this event, I know the pig brig guy is going to be here they're going to auction off a pig brig. He's going to donate it to the Alabama Wildlife Federation Southwest Chapter. And also John Brunson and the Alabama Hawkers Association will be there with the hawks where you can look at them. And that is going to be a great, great event in November the 3rd. And let's go on down to some more events that just let y'all put them on your calendar. The Extreme Bass Challenge Demopolis Open will be November the 5th also. And the 40th annual Terry Jones Slayton Forestry Festival will be November the 5th in Jackson, Alabama. That's where they had the lumberjack competition and arts and crafts and old car show. It is something to see. That will be the first weekend in November, and also the Central Alabama Sporting Dog Association Pheasant Shoot will be the first weekend in November. And if it hadn't filled up, you can call Dr. Justin Howard or Jan Justice and get you a I don't know how that works. How do they work to do them pheasants, Joel?
I've never been to one. I really do not know.
Well, it is pretty popular, those pheasant shoots. And if you want to get in it, there's the information. And then the second weekend in November, I don't know how long they've been doing this. The Oval Tractor Show will be coming up the second weekend in November. And that is a great event. All the proceeds go to the Orville and Safford Volunteer Fire Department. And then the Saturday after Thanksgiving, the 26th annual Hunters Appreciation Day in Pineapple, Alabama. So we got a lot of events, and we'll talk a whole lot more about that as the time gets near. Boy, we got a good crowd on here this morning. Kayla McGillberry, good morning. Tommy D out in Ann Arbor, Michigan. Todd Prater's tuned in. Good morning, Todd. Old Thunder is tuned in from upstate New York, I believe, where Thunder is. Yeah, that's right. B-Dog, how you doing, my friend? Donnie Littleton, how you doing, Donnie? Noonan Hall in Natchez, Mississippi. The old Fishmaster himself, Ryan Gunn, and Grandma Karen out in California. And we got a good Jim Andrews. Cousin Jim Andrews is tuned in this morning. Bob Turk. Got a good crowd. Appreciate y'all tuning in. We got a lot to go over. Joe Allen, the kids rodeo last Saturday at Roland Cooper State Park was just, they had a ball. I didn't go to it, but I went and flew the drone, and I didn't want to
Yeah.
pull up in there and mess them up fishing, but it was a good crowd, and Jen and Ashley and all the folks at Woodsman Life did a great job. The folks at the Roland Cooper State Park, and of course Ed and Joy Davis and everybody that helped. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It was a very, very good event. And y'all saw I put the article that Todd wrote in the Selma Sun about the dredging, and he did an interview with Frank McIntosh, who was in charge of the Corps of Engineers in our area. And it was a great, great interview. And I urge all of you to go listen, to go read it, because Frank explains the small boat dredging and what they're doing and where the dredge boat is now. So it is, I got it on a link in my Facebook page, or you can go to Selma Sun and read it on their page also, because it was a good article old Todd wrote about that. All right, let's the river reconnected. Now I told you all about that, and I've had several conversations with Alabama Wildlife Federation people, Alabama Power Company people, and the Nature Conservancy people. And it is in its infancy, but they are studying a way to get those fish from the Gulf all the way up to the Cahaba River. And it is some ideas they're running across. I don't know how they're going to do it. They're going to make some kind of way they can get through the Claiborne and Millers Ferry locking down. But we're keeping up with it. And if you want to know more about it, the Alabama Wildlife Federation magazine has got a great article by Jason Thornberry in it, and you need to read it twice, maybe 3 times, because the first time I read it, it made me mad. I thought they was finna take the dams out. But these guys are studying a way to bring it back where the fish migration can be like it was before they built the dam. And I'm 100% for that. So that's something that we'll be keeping up with. We've talked about the cook-offs coming up. Everybody, the Alabama Wildlife Federation. I don't know who, Marla, I don't know who you are, but I can't read that. That's Joe Allen. Can you read that?
No, sir.
I appreciate you tuning in, but we got to have that translated somehow or another. Good morning, Larry and Debbie Abernathy. How y'all doing? Joe Allen, we've been talking about duck season. You know, special teal season goes out this weekend. And Alan O'Brien and Kate O'Brien have been putting up some great videos. Y'all go to YouTube. His YouTube channel is Black Belt Waterfowl, but they started them a new podcast too. It's called Duck Roost Podcast. And go to you wherever you listen to your podcast, and Duck Roost Podcast, and they can find them ducks when nobody else can, Joe.
Well, I imagine they're going to be posting a good video after today, because
you hear some shooting.
I heard them pounding up there this morning. They was right up there in the same spot they've been hunting, and I could hear them shooting good this morning. So no doubt that this weather problem, maybe this wind maybe pushed a few more in.
Yeah.
And they
it's
was
supposed
up there
to be a
having
front
fun.
Come through last night. And good morning, Bunny in Tuscaloosa, 61 in Tuscaloosa, 68 down here. Bunny, old Dick May's tuned in, and good morning, Dick May. Scott Mitchell's tuned in. I enjoyed. Let me put this up here, boys. I want y'all to see this. Now, this right here is what we do at Dunn's Camp right there. Out on the left, that's Shane Jones and Joe Allen. Y'all were studying that map the other night. Now, I'm telling you. And that is the result. So when you study the map the night before you go fishing, right there on the right. That
was that night. Then the next night,
Scott
was in there.
Came. We had,
and then we was all telling secrets in there.
Yeah, and Scott and Shane shared 10 years of experience. They taught me in 2 hours what it took them 10 years to learn. And I'm adjusting my whole fishing strategy. But I took that picture. Y'all were checking that map out right there now.
Yeah.
And it paid off, because you see what we did the next day.
What started that was way back out of, who was that? It was one of those on TV guys. And he said the most important thing you need when you go to a lake is a good lake map.
Yeah.
And study it before you go there. And I took that to heart. And I got a bunch of maps of different lakes where all I fish, and it pays off.
And I tell you what I'll do. I'll share this with y'all now. I got in the boat with Shane Jones last Sunday, and I'm going to play this 45-second video. And as you're watching this video, Shane is showing me on the screen the live scope and how we were looking at a fish in a fork of a stump, and I threw to it, and I am reeling the jig in, and he is teaching me as you watch this video. But now listen and watch this video.
All right. 5 feet, throw about 10. There you go. Leave your bell up. Come on. That's a big, reel it right here. Come on. Come on, not that fish. Fish right here. Come on. Keep on coming. Right when you get above his head, it's barely floated on top of his head. Okay. There you go. See your jig coming? All right, ease it right there. Ease it down. Ease it down. Ease it down. There you go. Big one. Big one. Good Lord of mercy.
That's what we're talking about.
Now you see.
Now you
see. I got it. That's a good one right there, bud. Good job.
Yes, sir.
Huh?
Shane Jones crappie fishing right now. That right there, I watched my jig. I watched it come by that fish. I watched that fish hit the jig, and you saw the results. And that right there, you don't learn that overnight right there.
No. Well, and I'm gonna let a little secret out now. Me and Shane's working on a thing. He's gonna guide over here, and we're gonna
y'all gonna have a package deal.
Yeah, bed and breakfast there at the camp, and fishing with me and him working all the details out on that. So it won't be long. You can hop in the boat with Shane right there at the house and go fishing and come back and stay at the camp for a weekend. And we getting ready to get that going.
Yeah, and I promise you, if you get a chance to get in the boat with Shane Jones, do it. I guarantee you. Also, this is something new. When we had the dove shoot the other day, the Memorial Joe Liddell annual dove shoot, my old buddy Bob Samack always comes down, and he is a scuba diver, Joe Allen, something that we've never covered on the outdoors, but he sends me some stuff, and this is one of the videos he did back in July off of the coast of Panama City. And I mean, this is really cool. Y'all watch this. Old Bob Samack, old Pine Hill native. I like that kind of stuff.
He needs to get some more of that.
Yeah,
now.
he's gonna send us some every week. He goes on a dive trip about every week, and those are Atlantic spade fish. I wonder if they're good to eat. Good to eat.
I'd have to check it. I've caught a bunch of them, but I always threw them back because I didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I seen somebody eat some.
Let's see what else. I got some other stuff I wanted to show y'all this morning. Coast to Coast True Value in that ain't it. Coast to Coast True Value in downtown Canton. They got some moms down there, son. Look at that. Look at them moms. Now, you guys want to go fishing or go hunting or get out and plant food plots and make your wives happy. You go buy about 3 of them and take them home, let her hang. Look at them things, how big they are. And I guarantee you, they got 100 of them out there in front of Coast to Coast True Value in downtown Camden. But you better go get them because they ain't going to last long. And this is another one of my sponsors, Harris Farm Park and Lurie. This is amazing to me. They have September tomatoes, okra, and squash right now. And, of course, pumpkins out of the woo-haw. Plenty of pumpkins, but They picked those tomatoes this week, and they are available at Harris Farm Marketplace in Possum Bend, Alabama. Look at that okra, Joel. I've never seen okra and tomatoes and squash this time of the year, but I guess, that's just.
Well, you have to water and do it right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And let's see what else I got. I done showed you the map breeding. This is something somebody sent me this week. You ever seen one of them? Jordan Dunham sent me that. It's a wheel assassin bug. I've never seen one, but they say they'll bite the heck out of you. And but I ain't never seen one. Old tree stand. I showed y'all this the other night. That's the way they used to do it years ago, Joe Allen. Drive them spikes in them trees and climb them trees. Ain't no telling how old that tree is. Right there. All right, that's all that I got. Let's see what else is on my show notes. All right, it won't be long. October the 1st, they will be launching and taking off with the Alabama 650 paddle race. They'll be coming 650 miles all the way from Cherokee County, Alabama, Georgia line, all the way down to Fort Morgan. They'll be coming in here. I think somebody said they'll be here through the 5th and the 6th. You will be able to talk to the kayakers, the paddlers. They will have to all stop at the Millers Ferry campground for 30 minutes. That's just one of the places they got to stop. The public is invited to come and watch them. If you see them out there on the water, cheer them on, take pictures, send me pictures. You can keep up with it. They got a website, and I'll be putting all that. I'll be keeping up with all of them. They'll get spread out pretty good, but they'll be coming through here, and they ain't playing now. They are racing. It is a 650-mile race.
Do they stop and sleep on the way?
Well, they have to stop. Like Millers Ferry campground is one place. All of them have to stop for 30 minutes.
So they paddle through the night.
Yes. It's a race. It's a endurance race. These are top physical conditioned athletes that are doing this, Joel. And it's unbelievable. And they'll be having a crew come with them too. So if you see the crew at Piggly Wiggly or wherever, pat them on the back and welcome them to the Alabama Black Belt. And if you want to really hear how it goes, go listen to the podcast. It was podcast 184 I did with the executive director of the Coosa, Alabama River. Not Coosa, Alabama, the Alabama Scenic River Trail, and the race director himself. It's a great interview about all the terrain they come through from North Alabama all the way to the Gulf Coast. It's just an amazing race, and arguably probably the most difficult paddle race in the world.
Yeah. And
it starts October the 1st. They'll be coming through here probably the 5th. But I'm going to give you a heads up on that. I also did a podcast yesterday, Joe Allen, with a young man. I'm talking about young man. And he does a Facebook page called the Native Habitat Project. And he's big time into native habitat and restoring native habitat. And that podcast will be next week, podcast number 185 with Kyle LaBargia. And I'm going to tell you, he is a sharp young man. And he is on top of things. And I asked one of the things I asked him, Joe Allen, about, the great turkey decline conversation that's going on. And I asked him about it. And, one of the things, it's a bunch of things that, the predators are causing it, weather's causing it. But one of the things that a lot of people say is habitat, the habitat. And he said something to me that made more sense than anything I've ever heard. He said that our turkey habitat has just about gone. Yep. And he compared it. He said, you can't raise a panda in a pine plantation.
Yeah. And
that he compared our turkey decline to the pandas. Right. And I've never heard that before, but it makes sense. Yeah. Our habitat, restoring our native habitat is what we need to all think about. That podcast will be out next Thursday, and I urge all of you to listen to it. And it's the same way with the reconnecting the fish migration from the dams, the river. Let the mullet and the sturgeons and the skipjack come up the river without. They got to figure out a way to get them through them dams, and I'm so glad that conversation has started also. And persimmons, everybody's talking about them persimmons. Now I want to show y'all this, and we went over this Wednesday night, Joe Allen. This is a persimmon from Dallas County, Alabama, that Owen Rouse cut open and sent to me the other day, and he said it was a spoon. And I say, look at it close now. I want everybody to help me with this. B-Dog, Tommy D, Grandma Karen, everybody look at this. And he said it was a spoon, but old BDL said it's a fork. And here's what I'm going to show you. Now look at that. Look down there at the bottom at that fork. If you'll look at the top, it's a fork hadn't got several times. It's just got one little split in the top.
It is.
So I'm looking at this, and I say that's a fork.
Yep.
And that means we're going to have a good mild one. So it's a lot of difference in a spoon and a fork.
I tell you what we can do tonight when you come to the camp. There's a persimmon tree right there dropping.
All right, we'll split one tonight. We might do it on video, but y'all, what do y'all think? Spoon or fork? Look at this one more time. Look down at the bottom at the fork, and look up at the top at the spoon. You see how that spoon's got a point.
Right.
All right, look at that. I'm saying that Owens, he said it was a spoon. I say it's a fork. So what do y'all think? Let me know. Let me know, because I think we're gonna have a mild one. I sure do.
We'll decide tonight.
That's right. Y'all don't go nowhere. We'll be right back right after a word from these loyal sponsors. Coast to Coast True Value in downtown Camden, a shopping experience you will never forget. Bubba and Joe Allen Dunn at Dunn Sports in Thomasville, Alabama, across from McDonald's. Outfitters for the serious sportsman. Community Neighbor Bank with locations in Greenville, Camden, Pine Hill, and Grove Hill, serving rural Alabama since 1906, bringing you the Gettin Outdoors weather since 2007. Brett Lofton at Southern Advertising in Monroeville, Alabama, printing almost everything since 1992. Plaza Golf Cart Sales in Demopolis and Tuscaloosa, your easy-go superstore. Town Country United Bank, Camden, Alabama, proud sponsors of the Town Country United Bank Hunting and Fishing Report every week on the Gettin Outdoors podcast. Lawler Timber Company, Camden, Alabama, family-owned independent business offering professional forestry services and home of the Grampian Hills Outdoor Media Center. Harris Farm and Marketplace, Possum Bend, Alabama, Park, Laree, Pip, and Hunter, family-grown, family-owned farm fresh produce. Thanks for supporting the Gettin Outdoors sponsors. Now, let's get back to the live show. All right, let me get that down. I'm sorry, but I wanted everybody to see that. I got several things I want to talk about before we get to the Grandma Karen weather. One thing, this weekend is National Public Land Day. Is tomorrow, Saturday. It's National Public Land Day. And the United States Army Corps of Engineers and the Alabama State Parks have waived all-day use fees. So that means if you launch at Roland Cooper State Park, Ellis's Landing, any of the pay landings, Corps landings or state landings, you do not have to pay a launch fee this weekend. Or if you swimming at the beach, you don't have to pay a fee. However, now, Bridgeport City Landing is a city landing, and it does not recognize National Public Land Day. So you do still have to pay your $5 launch fee at Bridgeport City Landing. So heads up on that. If you have not already, go to YouTube right now and go to the Alabama Bass Trail TV YouTube channel and watch the ABT South Eufaula show. That's where Trey Wade and what's the other boy's name that fished with him? Brandon? No, Bradley Parnell won $10,000, and it's a great show, and they do such a great job. You know, them young boys don't get a microphone on TV stuck in their face every. They did a great job for being those young anglers that they are, and they got a great future angling. And I tell you what, fishing in Alabama is big time, Joe.
Oh,
Allen.
yeah.
It's getting to be big time. We had a combine up in Decatur last weekend, bass put on. I think, and I don't have. I think I heard this right. $3 million worth of college scholarships were given to those high school anglers to come fish on the college fishing teams. It's getting big as football. It's unbelievable.
And I don't understand why we don't. Our area.
I don't know why
not doing it.
Thomasville, Sweetwater, Wilcox
Yeah.
Academy, Morgan Academy, Monroe Academy used to have a very active fishing team. They don't anymore, I don't think. Clark Prep, I don't know why they don't all have fishing teams. I really don't. They missing out on a lot of money for them colleges.
Right.
All right, let's do the Community Neighbor Bank Grandma Karen weekend weather forecast for the weekend of September the 23rd through September the 25th. First weekend of fall 2022, and it's going to be a great. I love these short and sweet weather forecasts. Today, sunny with a high near 84, southeast winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight, clear with a low near 60 degrees, northeast winds 5 miles per hour. Then Saturday, sunny with a high near 88, calm wind becoming southeast 5 miles per hour. Then Saturday night, mostly clear with a low around 66, east winds 5 miles per hour becoming south after midnight. Sunday, a 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms after 1 p.m. Sunny with a high near 89, south winds 5 miles per hour becoming west in the afternoon. And Sunday night, a 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms, mostly clear with a low around 66, northwest winds 5 miles an hour becoming southwest in the evening. That is your Community Neighbor Bank Grandma Karen weekend weather forecast. And I do want to give the people in the panhandle of Florida a heads up. I was thinking that hurricane was coming up through here, but I looked this morning on the Weather Channel, and they have changed the projection to where it's going to come up and hit between the panhandle of Florida down in there. We'll probably get some rain from it, but doesn't look like it's going to affect us very bad. Thank the Lord. And I don't never want to live through another. I done had enough hurricanes in my life. I can tell you that. All right, Joe Allen, what else going on? Anything? What you got going on at Dunn Sports?
What was in there wide open, getting that inventory out. We got in a big truck the other day, and we loading up for fall. And hopefully we're going to get some other stuff we're missing right now.
You got some of your archery equipment coming in.
Yeah,
it's time to be thinking about that archery and bow hunting coming up.
We got all the arrows and accessories and a few bows in right now. We still do we custom cut the arrows. You come in, tell me what you need, and we do that. On our tune stuff, we don't do as much of it anymore. We do service some of the bows that we've sold. We will do that, but it gets, when they pile up a whole lot of them in there, I can't get caught up anymore.
Well, you ain't never in there no how, so that's why
it.
you can't do that. You can't do that in the shooting doves in the river.
You know, we're here in a part of the world at this time of year. You're like a dog chasing his tail because you want to go here. Everybody's hollering, "Come on, go dove hunt." Shane's hollering, "Come on, go fishing." My buddy Aaron Wells down there is hollering, "Come on down, come to the Gulf. The fish is on fire down here." So what's the person supposed to do? You know.
Look who's just tuned in, David Skipper. David, I just told him you called him out about that Dunn Sports cook team. He said he don't want to compete against the Tucker ATV cook team. So we need to make Joe Allen a judge. That's what you need to be as a judge, Joe Allen.
But I might could do that now.
Yeah. And O'Shane's tuned in. He's coming this weekend. He said, clear blue skies, little wind with a chance of a limit of slabs. That's his weather forecast this weekend. I tell you what, I appreciate everybody tuning in. Y'all go read that article Todd wrote, his interview with Frank McIntosh and the Corps of Engineers about the dredging going on. And don't forget, tomorrow's free launch day in the federal and state parks, not the city parks. And yeah, Todd, you've been a judge in Selma for many, many times. And that's coming up October. And then the Southwest Alabama cook-off's coming up in November, the first week in November. And we're going to have a great, great time at both of them. Anything else, Joe Allen?
That's all I know of.
Don't forget to spay and neuter your animals. And remember what old Big Dad says, you coming camping, hunting, fishing this weekend, always practice safety, safety, safety. We don't want to have any hunting or fishing or water accidents or any kind of accidents while you're planting them food plots and getting everything ready for hunting season. It'll be here before you know it. Now more than ever, God bless America, and have a great weekend. And remember what me and old Joe Allen say, get outdoors.
Pap taught me every critter's track and how to set a hair trigger on a trap. He taught me to shoot, scale, and skin and make a snare with a leather strap. He taught me to be a part of the woods and all his woodsy tricks. Said you gotta walk soft on 2 light feet and try not to break no